yeah, we're $75 a month for 24/7 access. That's more than Planet Fitness, or that's more than Gold's Gym. Well, yes, we are more than that because we're trying to have a culture here. And if you're not into that culture vibe and want to come to a gym where you're 1 out of 10 people in the gym working out, that's okay. We're obviously not the gym for you.
Vinny, welcome back to the podcast. You are one of the few guests that I've had on as a return guest, so thank you so much for taking back
My
the time to
pleasure.
come back on the interview. Let's get right into it. You're a gym owner, as people know from the previous interview. You were evicted from your previous location. You moved 40 feet down the street.
Mm-hmm.
The whole town knew about it. It was a whole interesting experience because then other gyms were trying to poach your clients and your gym patrons, and whether it be out of good faith, offering things to the gym members or not, who knows? Talk to me about that experience.
Yeah, so it was a crazy time. And a lot of gyms out there were reaching out to our members. And to me, I knew that was going to happen. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't blame them. They saw an opportunity.
Which you would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I maybe would have done it in a different avenue, or kind of just. I'm the type of person, I don't jump to conclusion. I kind of like I let the dust settle and see how things pan out. So if like there was words out there that, hey, this gym closed 100%, then yeah, I will reach out to members, and which we've done before. I've seen gyms close down, but I knew for a fact that they closed down, that they weren't reopening. So I've always reached out to, um, whether I bought the clientele list from somebody who I've done before, or just put it out there saying, hey, to all these gym goers, you're more than welcome to come try our facility out. Give you the opportunity, and just put it out there. But for how some of the other competition did it without letting the dust settle and thinking that because they saw all our stuff on the street, thinking that that was it, well, obviously they don't know who I am.
So talk to me about that. I mean, talk to me about the fact of like what other gym owners did, with obviously without naming names. Like, what was the right way to do it in your eyes? What was the wrong way to do it in your eyes?
I think the wrong way of doing it was how some of them literally within less than 24 hours was putting stuff out there where it's like, hey, come try our gym. Your gym closed down, this, that. No, your gym did not close down. Yes, we got evicted, but we weren't closing. If anyone knows who I am, they know I'm a fighter, whether it's fighting in a cage or fighting throughout life. So, yeah, we weren't closing. Um, so, if the right way of doing it would have been give it a week, see what is happening. Because at the end of the day, yes, obviously my members needed a place to go during that time. But we immediately jumped right into signing a new lease, um, at our current location, and I didn't let anything slow us down. Like my back was against the wall, and when my back is against the wall, you know, I'm capable of doing anything.
Mhm.
So I just went forward, and we were up and running. I think we got evicted July 9th, and we were signing a lease July 15th. And I had group classes going within 2 weeks of signing that uh, lease.
And then the actual gym opened in September, right?
Yeah, the actual gym, I think we opened up. I don't know exactly based on the calendar date, but I'm pretty sure it was like, I feel like it was like September 1st. It was like the first Monday of September, is when we opened up the doors and started bringing members back.
So I know you have some sort of settlement agreement that you can't talk about totally,
Mhm.
obviously, because that's how the law works. But
Yep.
can you talk about the basis of any? What can you talk about with the eviction? I mean,
I mean, look, there was
just so
a,
people don't think that you were just a jerk and just didn't,
yeah,
like what
no, absolutely. There was
kind of clear the
obviously
air a little.
a disagreement with my old landlord and I, where we just didn't see eye to eye. And it is what it is as far as that. And the entire time that we were going through our battles, I was trying to find other places. Now, unfortunately, one place that I was had a lease in place pulled out the day before sheriffs came, and we were trying to get that lease up and running as quickly as possible, so this way we could go to courts and be like, "Hey, we have a lease in place. We're stepping out," and it wouldn't have been so dramatic. Um, as far as the whole process, it's not easy, and it was by far was a very stressful time in my life, because at the end of the day, I didn't know how the courts were going to side, how anything was going to side. Unfortunately, my attorney wasn't the best attorney, and screwed me over. Um, and it just, you know what? It panned out the way it was supposed to pan out.
How does eviction affect business?
Well, it's not easy seeing all your stuff on the street. That's for sure.
It must have sucked just for people that have never maybe seen an eviction, whether it be a personal eviction or a business eviction. The sheriffs come. You want to explain it? Do you want me to
Yeah.
explain it?
So basically, what happened was I was noticed by the sheriffs multiple times that they were coming, and again, I kept trying as hard as I can to get this lease in place, um, to eventually have the courts tell the sheriffs hold off. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us. So the sheriffs came. I believe they came at like 8:30 in the morning. They pulled up with like four cars. Came inside and said, "Hey, you have to leave the premises." And obviously, we did. Um, and next thing you know, there's 20 people coming in and dismantling.
No, they're just like subcontractors, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Must have been a sucky job for them, man.
I mean, to carry a lot of that stuff, I'm sure they weren't happy.
No,
But
I mean, the thousands of pounds of just weights alone, like
yeah,
free weights alone,
yeah,
and like
exactly.
barbell weights and everything, and then on
Yeah.
top of the actual equipment, and then the treadmills, and then
Look, as much of it sucked to witness all that, looking back at it, it's pretty impressive that they were able to pull that off. And I think they were done by 6 o'clock. But what makes me feel more impressive is within that time frame, I was able to get a truck, and literally, thank God. Like the one thing I can be thankful for is the community that I have built. And if it wasn't for the community that I have built, opening up my this location probably wouldn't have even a thought.
I mean, can you speak on that? What does that mean?
Meaning, if it wasn't for everybody that came out and helped us pack everything into the truck so we can load it into our containers, so this way we keep all our equipment and know that, hey, there is a future for us, Revolution would not be existing right now, probably. It's because of the community that helped us that day that we're still alive today. And I'm forever grateful for it. And um, to me, it was that much more impressive that we were able to gather all our stuff. And I want to say we started at 12 because originally we weren't allowed to start loading things based on sheriff's rules till they were done loading everything out of the building. But because of the safety of the community, because there's so much stuff and they knew we had a truck and everything, they allowed us to start loading stuff off the street immediately.
Hmm.
And we were done by 10 o'clock that night, loading everything from the street into containers. And if, like I said, if it wasn't for the community, that wouldn't have.
I mean,
where
elaborate
we
on the
were.
community. What does that mean?
Meaning, like everybody, like my gym community that came together and literally grabbed stuff and helped me load trucks up and unload trucks into the
I mean,
storage
and even
containers.
where you stored it was from the community, right? Like
Yeah,
somebody, a gym member, their
yeah.
dad owned a company or something like that,
One
right?
of one of our gym members knew somebody that rents containers, and so we were able to rent a bunch of. I think we rented 14 40-yard containers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's how much equipment we had.
That's crazy.
And now we're down to 3
3 what?
containers.
You still have stuff.
Still have stuff in containers, and now we're down to 3.
So what are you gonna do with that stuff?
So we have plans to hopefully um, move things around and use certain spaces. So this way we could take out more equipment and hopefully drop it down to 1 container and then leave the stuff in that 1 container, whether we decide to open up another location or sell it. It's the stuff that's going to be in that container is like, hey, do we keep it or do we sell it? Like, is it worth it? So that's what we're going to use the last container for, is for things that we don't necessarily need and have the option of selling or keeping.
How did I think I might have started to ask this, but we kind of got sidetracked. How does eviction affect business in the terms of like people leaving or pausing memberships or restructuring business? Talk to me all about that.
So we lost, and we're trying to recoup that. Obviously, we lost half our clientele through the eviction. We had like just over 600 members.
Wow.
Now we're at I think 320. So we lost half our clientele. It's a good thing. Like I would say, like the saying goes, bad publicity is good publicity. And so obviously we were the talk of the town as far as that. So when we opened back up, it's like, hey, that bad publicity turned into good publicity. And then we started getting a lot of people back and new members now. Now we have like a whole different type of clientele that is just, they're amazing.
In what sense? Like the demographic shift?
Just the demographic shift. It's just the type of clientels that we have are, they're more engaging and more appreciative of the direction Revolution Fitness is going and how much they love the atmosphere that we have built and the private gym community. The whole Revolution completely shifted. I went from this, hey, I want to be an open gym, 24/7 open gym with group classes, MMA, sports training, this training, that training. And when I had to like kind of redirect where I need to go, I sat down with myself and I said, I got to stop being everything under one roof. Sometimes small is better. And
this was before or after the eviction?
After the eviction. And a lot of people would always say to me, like, hey, Vin, sometimes going big isn't always the better route. And that's 100% true. My overhead is lower. I still have a lot on my plate now because I'm still in transition from everything going on. But once the transitioning is over, my stress level will hopefully be lower because I don't have to worry about employees so much. I have a lot less to manage than the bigger gym, and just better flexibility. And we're growing actually faster than we did with the other place.
Now, you also restructured quite a bit too. Like, talk to me about how you restructured your membership, and even just, for example, like you got rid of the person at the front desk. You don't have a front desk person anymore.
Yep.
That which now freed up all the capital from employees. You no longer have
Yeah.
employees, and you shifted from that to, like, you want to talk about the 24-hour access and stuff.
Yeah. So originally we had at the old location, we always had 24-hour access, but it wasn't. You had an option between come in during regular gym time or 24-hour access time. And the regular gym time, there was obviously a front desk person always there greeting everybody and this, that. And it's great, but it's also not, I feel like it's not maybe the best business model if you don't have the right personnel. So I was constantly changing personnel at the front desk because they don't smile, they have their phone down. It's just today's society with people working for you. And I speak it to a lot of business owners. Having employees is tough. So me not having anybody at the front desk is kind of like it's a relief because I don't have to worry about them. I just have to worry about what I have to do at this point. And signing people up is 10 times easier now because of the system that we have put in place. Originally, if someone signed up, I would have them do it at the front desk and this, that, and yeah, that's great. But now everything is automatic. And I don't need somebody at the front desk. All I have to do is send somebody a link, sign up this, here's your key fob. A key fob gets sent to them. They have full access to the gym.
How does it work with walk-ins? Like, do you get a lot of walk-ins of people interested in checking out the gym, and but you can't get in because there's the fob
So
and
there's a QR code that they can sign up, and then it will send me a text message. I answer them back as quickly as possible, have them sign a waiver that I send over, and give them access.
Hmm.
And I send them a link for the day pass. Once I get that, it goes right to them. So it's a lot easier. And instead of somebody just waiting at the desk, for, in case the front desk kid is in the bathroom or downstairs putting weights away and this that, I have instant access. And with AI nowadays, they also have, they can communicate with somebody, which then will send them a day pass if I don't pick it up fast enough. AI will pick it up, send them a day pass, send them the waiver, send them the link for the class or day pass, and then we'll send them the link for the key fob.
Well,
So AI now takes control of it.
now you ended up raising your rates, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of that, does it almost cover to some degree what you were at before with because you had all these people, but now you have less people, but it's more expensive? And how does that?
I mean, yeah, the more we grow, the more my profits are going up with less members, which is what we want. If I can bring in the exact amount of members that I had over there with the price point that I have now, we can cap it
also
off.
the smaller space and
yeah, like our goal is to cap it off. I don't want to be a box gym where we'll just let everybody come in. No, we're a higher ticket price because we want the people that are serious about working out. And that's what I mean by our clienteles have changed.
Oh, very interesting.
Because it's the people that actually are serious about their fitness. And that's what we want. We don't want, look.
Because you're not going to pay a premium price if you're not going to go.
Exactly.
Where you might spend 15, 20 bucks a month at a regular box gym and not go.
And look, there's our pros and cons to that. Because if somebody sees themselves like, hey, I'm not going to the gym, they're going to cancel because we're a higher ticket price. And that's something I understand that's going to happen all the time. But the people that are constantly coming and are consistent, they love the atmosphere and they're seeing crazy results, whether they're there on their own or they're for classes or they're for personal training. All right. It's just everybody there supports each other and everybody there is there for the same goal. It's just to get better and make sure their lives are better. Every day is better through fitness.
Do you know offhand what your retention rate is? Like on average, like if people, what percent cancel after a while or whatever?
It's basically back to the old days where I didn't have employees. So that's another thing that I'm noticing. When I ran everything by myself and kind of like did memberships and this, that, and I was more engaged, my retention rate was between 90 to 95%.
We're talking like patrons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say we're back to that number. When I had employees and I had a front desk, we were probably 70 to 75. And
What do you attribute that to?
Contributes, I think, to it's I don't want to pinpoint it on them 100%, but because I had so many people working for me, I wasn't involved as much. And I think people like that. I think they like seeing me on the floor or engaging with them and stuff like that. And they feel like a close niche, and it's a community drive, and that's what I'm trying to bring back. Whether even if I let's just say open up a second location, I would obviously have to bring somebody on board that is engaging, that manages the gym the way I need them to manage the gym. So our consumers, our customers, our members feel wanted, feel like they are somebody instead of a number at the box gyms.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing we don't want people to be is a number.
Mm-hmm.
I constantly remember people's names, always say hi, always, talk, ask any questions and stuff like that. I'm always engaging as much as I can. And I feel like that's what was our downfall at the old location.
So everybody that I talked to, that I mentioned the fact that my gym's 24-hour. Well, for people that don't know, I go to your gym.
Yep.
But my gym is 24 hours. They're like, how did they pull? And then they've mentioned the fact that they don't have employees. Their first question is, how does that work with, like, how does their insurance work? Like, how did you pull off 24-hour access?
It's now, so my insurance broker is based out of Florida, and Florida gyms are doing the same thing.
Oh, wow, interesting.
So at the end of the day, insurances are insurances. You could buy an insurance from that the insurance company is based in Ohio, but they're covering all of the United States. Now, obviously, each state has its own different laws based on the company or based on um, the industry that you're in. So, as long as the laws and the rules are nearly the same, it's easy to get insurance.
Yeah,
Like
right.
my insurance, everyone's like, "Oh, it's got to be through the roof." If you have the right insurance broker and know what he's doing,
Yeah.
then it's not that bad.
And I would assume to some degree that when in your sign up papers, there's a liability waiver.
100%. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we sign. Everyone signs a liability. Everyone knows we have cameras. It's actually funny because of the amount of cameras and the camera systems we have in here. I'm catching people sneaking people in left and right versus at our old system, whereas people just like came and go and this that blah blah. It's that's not happening here. Like it's a completely different animal, and I'm grateful that what happened to me at the old spot happened because I would have just kept letting things go the way it goes, and I wouldn't have shifted the way I've shifted. And it's much better.
What do you think you'll cap at?
We did the numbers. If we got like another 100 to 150 tops
So like
at
under 500.
100 to 150 24-hour members. That's all we're left allowing in. If we did another 100 members at regular, so
So
altogether
you
between
still have
200 and 250 members,
you still have the option of 24 and not 24.
24 and group classes.
Oh, so they're separate now.
That's always been
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Because the group classes have full access to the
full
gym,
access. Yep,
as opposed to just
24.
the 24
They
hour.
just have no. They have
just the gym.
just the gym, no classes.
But now, how many people use both versus just do
Most
classes?
of I would say, 80% of my class members just take classes. 20% of that use the
both.
gym.
Very interesting.
And so obviously the 24 the gym members.
So what's your split then of gym to class?
So it'd be 150 gym members.
Currently?
Yeah, we would max out at another 150.
No, what do you at now? Because you said you have like 320 now?
Yeah, we have 320. So I believe, if I recall the last time I looked up my thing, I think we had 100 class members.
So then 220 gym members.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Interesting breakdown.
Yeah.
What's next for the gym? Where do you see it going next?
When's
the sauna coming back?
The sauna we started demo.
Oh, really?
Yep, in area that we're gonna put it in.
Inside or outside?
Inside, and so we started that. So hoping in June.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
June's 4 days away, 2 days away.
I know. Sometime in June. I'm hoping,
Wow, that's a lot faster than I ever expected.
but it's coming back. And actually, it's gonna be everything is better.
So how is this better?
Well, our previous sauna was infrared, and it went up to, I believe, 125, 130. I think this has a max of 170, 180, 190. I gotta look at the
Infrared as well or different?
No, but we're gonna put a red light therapy panel in there.
Is this like a typical steam sauna
Yep,
or whatever
regular,
rock
yeah,
sauna, whatever they
regular.
are?
It's a regular sauna versus the infrared sauna. So
Very cool.
yeah,
I like the rock sauna, whatever they are, the regular old school saunas.
yep.
And they
So
definitely do get way hotter.
yeah,
My buddy was like, "Oh, there's no way you sit in your sauna," because I used to sit in there forever, and he's like, "There's no way you sit in there for 45 minutes, man. Like you can't last 5 in mine." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever."
nope.
I went down, I was like, "Oh, it is way hotter
It
in
is way
here."
hotter in the regular saunas. Yeah, so we're gonna put in a regular sauna versus infrared sauna. I
Cool,
liked it
man.
because
Hey, it
I
got the
thought it was
job done.
cool because you could put a TV in and like in there, and we're the only ones that had a TV in. But I think having a hotter sauna is better.
Yeah, very cool.
So
Let's talk briefly about culture. We spoke about it kind of on our previous podcast, but I mean, at this rate though, that was like I think you were the fifth podcast and like that. We've done close to 100 now.
mhm.
So, but we spoke about it briefly on the episode. I want to talk about it because I experienced the shift in culture when your gym closed down and I had to find somewhere to work out.
Yep.
Uh, for those 3 months, I putzed around for a while. I just started running every day, and then that wasn't sustainable. So then I started these free trials at all these. Did a free trial at one gym, and then I ended up paying for another gym, and just it was just the culture was just not the same. And I would like kind of from my experience, it was just there was either no culture, or it was
Yeah.
a strange culture, or whatever the case may be. Um, how would you define your culture, and how did you cultivate that culture?
Well, again, like I said earlier, our price point is different than everybody else, and it's the people that are serious about training. They'll pay to go to a serious gym. And I also believe it's because, like I said, I'm constantly on the floor and I'm engaging in everybody. And we just don't let regular riffraffs come in and just use the gym like a box gym. We're a smaller niche. So I feel like the way we got to the culture that we are now is because we found a way to engage the people that are serious trainers, serious people that want to train. Um, you have other gyms that are maybe a little bit more expensive than us, but based on where they are located demographically, you're going to get that clientele over in that area. And some people might not drive over there. So we're a little bit more centrally located as far as East Northport and Northport versus the other gyms surrounding us. So we can hit in all aspect. And again, because we're hitting an all aspect of our community and we're at a higher ticket value that people are like, you know what? I'd rather pay extra so I can be in a culture. They're going to do it. When I tell people, and I say to people, yeah, we're $75 a month for 24/7 access. Oh, well, that's more than Planet Fitness, or that's more than Gold's Gym. Well, yes, we are more than that because we're trying to have a culture here. And if you're not into that culture vibe and want to come to a gym where you you're one out of 10 people in the gym working out, that's okay. We're obviously not the gym for you. And that's fine. I have no problem turning people down so we can stick to our culture.
Hmm.
So we can stick to the clientele that we have. We don't have a lot of kids in our gym anymore. We used to have a lot of kids in our gym, but ever since we
When you say kids, you mean
students, kids from 13 to 18, um, and I don't want that demographic, that generation in the gym unless they're serious about training. Like the kids, the students that you see now are students that train with either me or our other trainers, and they're in the gym doing their homework that we give to them on top of their one-on-one trainings with us. And they're not going to just sit around and be on their phones and take up space because they need to get their work done and get out. And I'm always on top of people like, hey, if you're taking up equipment and just sitting around, like, hurry up, get your workout in, move on. So we've built a culture where it's like, hey, again, back to what I said. These are people that truly want to work out
Mm-hmm.
and make fitness a priority in their life instead of just going to a gym like, yeah, I went to the gym today, walked on the treadmill for an hour and a half. I mean, to each their own, but the people that come to our gym want to be pushed. Whether they're in classes, they want to be pushed hard in classes. They come work on their own. I see them pushing hard in the workouts. That's the culture that I've built. People that are serious about their fitness.
Mm. Yeah, very interesting. And I guess to some degree, not only just in denying people for culture or saying that they're not the right fit for culture or turning people away is the phrase you used, but it also creates to some degree an exclusivity of like people aren't waiting around. At one of the problems at a lot of these other gyms is they're so packed at all times of the day that you're waiting around for every piece of equipment that you want to use somebody else is using,
Yep.
and you don't find that at your gym.
No, it's crazy to me that these box gyms have 10 times more equipment than we do, and people can't get on them. And you speak to my members, like, yeah, I can superset, I could do 3 sets, 3 exercises in one act, and I can be in and out of my workout in 45 minutes. Even if we have a packed gym for an hour, the greatest part of my members and the culture that we built is everybody understands that we're here for one thing. And so if somebody is trying to superset and someone's on a machine, everyone's so nice to each other. They'll be like, yeah, jump in. Absolutely. Like you could work in with me and this stuff. Like there is no arguments, there's no fights. Everybody is there for one reason only, just to get a workout.
Yeah. Yeah, and the culture's small enough. Like you see the same people over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's the same. I mean, I'm curious. You say a busy time. What are the busy times for you?
Yesterday was abnormally busy, which is normally not busy at all, but like I want to say 9 to 11 yesterday was extremely busy.
But on a typical day, what's it?
But a typical day, I would say, like any other gyms, 5 to 6 in
So
the
5 to 6 is a busy time.
yeah.
Interesting.
So
So
that 5 o'clock in the morning, like if all the 5 a.m.ers came in, whether it's group classes or in the gym, it could be a very busy time. You know, but everybody has their own schedule, so
well, because I'm a 5
yeah.
a.m.er, and I assumed I was like, it can be sometimes relatively busy, but like I assumed that they were even more busy. Like I didn't assume 5 a.m. was a busy time because it's still not packed.
Yeah.
I still don't have an issue
But
with but I
that
guess it's just based on maybe not culture, but the structure of your gym.
yeah. That
So even a busy time is still accessible.
exactly. So like 5 a.m., 5 p.m. I've seen 7 p.m. consistently busy.
I am still
8:30,
surprised by the 5
8:30.
a.m. though. I just found them.
Well, because it's just again, and I keep going back to it because we're
Oh,
a high
interesting.
ticket.
And because it's very interesting.
You know,
Because you've created the serious workout people, and then if people are serious about working out, they want to go before work or whatever the case may be.
yeah,
Interesting.
and we're not, even though we're doing better as far as sales than our previous gym. The people, let's just say at the old gym, we get 100 leads a month. I might turn that 100 leads into 10 members. But this gym, let's say we get 20 leads a month. those 20 leads, 15 of them are turning into members. So because of our structure,
Yeah.
people now know, oh, they're 24 hours, the higher price in
How are
certain
you getting
aspects
your leads?
through SEO, our lead generator.
Free or paid?
My SEO is a company, a software company that I use for billing management and everything that gyms use to generate leads, but it's a funnel. So, like, let's just say, for example, somebody reaches out to me on DMs us on Instagram, not a paid ad or nothing, just DMs. It will funnel them right into our lead generator, and then I can reach them through my phone and stuff like that. So every aspect, whether it's Facebook Messenger, Facebook writing something, commenting on something, our website, our Instagram. Anytime somebody reaches out to us, it goes right to our lead generator. So it could be paid or it could be not paid
Mhm.
ads.
And then how does that lead generator work?
Basically, it's we get them in, we get their information, we get them in for a free trial, and then give them a tour, have them try out for the gym for 3 days. We give them a key fob for 3 days. They can come in and go whenever they want.
So it's really more an experiential uh, lead generator as opposed to like, oh, here's like I assumed it would have been like serving of ads, like that they see you, they send a message and then oh they see another ad and then they see like then oh hey come in for like, but it's all I guess touch points of like hey
Yep.
somebody
Like, so if
reaching out.
someone's Google's 24 hours in Northport, 24-hour gym, obviously we're the first one to pop up because we're the only 24/7 gym in Northport. So anyone that looking for that kind of gym, they will go on our website, they will type in 3-day trial, they'll go right into our lead generator, and then we reach out and get them in.
Hmm.
So again, that's another reason this whole new experience has been so great, because we've kind of like we trimmed the fat. There was a lot. We had so much going on at the old facility that it's just like, you know what? No, we're not gonna have multiple gym memberships. We're gonna have one gym membership. It's 24 hours. Take it or leave it. Like, no, you can't come here on this at this time, come here at that time. This is it. People ask for family discounts. No, we're not doing family discounts. We don't want to undervalue ourselves.
Hmm.
Again, if you want to be a part of this gym and you want to be a part of this culture, want to be a part of this community, you got to pay for it. Country clubs don't discount families. You know, other organizations that you have to buy into, that you are a part of a community, don't discount.
Hmm.
Why should we?
Yeah, very
We're
true.
not the big box gyms. We're a mom and pop gym that we understand our value.
Yeah. So now I think I interrupted with the sauna, but what is next for the gym?
Now that I finally found exactly the way I want Revolution Fitness to be, the next is just grow, and hopefully in 2 to 3 years, open up location number 2 finally.
Even closer to my house.
I don't know if we can get it that much closer. Unfortunately, I think true location number 2 will be in another town.
Very interesting. Very cool.
That's the goal, is to
It,
eventually make this into a franchise.
well, I was just about to ask that when I first met you, your goal was always franchising. I was curious if that was
Yep,
still a goal.
100%, more so now than ever.
Really?
Only because looking back at it, it was like I said, I want to be the gym that everything's under one roof. You got MMA, you got this, you got 24 hours recovery. I'm not Lifetime. I'm not these big gyms, and I pay attention to all, whether the competition's here or in other states. Like, I pay attention to how other gyms run, and all the gyms that have everything under one roof, eventually they get rid of this, because it's just not working, not working, not working. I finally decided this is who we are. This is who we're gonna be. And things happen for a reason. I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a man of faith. Um, I wish I could go to church as much as you and Jamie do. But I truly believe that like God has helped me and driven me in the direction that I'm in. And even though I'm not able to go to church as much as I would like to, I hold it in my heart every single day that this is the direction I'm supposed to be. And I truly believe that. And I just believe that whatever happened before needed to be done, needed me to change my way of thinking, needed me to shift in a direction that I wouldn't have done on my own if I
Hmm.
kept going the way I was going.
Hmm.
And I'm, like I said, I'm more so than ever now found a way to franchise this
Yeah.
once we're done with every single thing that needs to be done with this location.
Very interesting. Very exciting. Well, I appreciate you coming and sharing the story again about the eviction and sharing your just experience just because I think that, I think that it's just a unique story and I think a lot of businesses could benefit from it. So
Yeah,
I
I mean,
appreciate you sharing.
look, if there's any advice to any business owner I can give them, is don't get complacent. Business needs to shift one way or another. Whether you're open to it or not, it's going to happen. And just be ready for it.
Yeah.
Because I said it to say somebody today. What makes a good business owner is someone that can figure out puzzles and figure out obstacles. Because there's always going to be a puzzle. There's always going to be an obstacle as a business owner, and
Yeah.
you just got to figure it out. And these shifts are going to happen. And so, to any business owner out there, be open minded to it and just get ready. Get ready for the roller coaster.
Well, thank you for the advice. I
My
appreciate it.
pleasure, bud.